More LIV rumors, a change at the top of the LPGA, our PGA Show preview continues with our friends at Tag, and Bridgestone is bringing something back to the market. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Tavern. Welcome back into the Tavern, everybody.
What up?
How we doing tonight, Steve?
I'm good. Get another week without Dave. Unfortunately, he is tied up with work, so
hey, we all gotta do what we gotta do.
We don't even have virtual Dave tonight, so we.
I know. He's slacking even on his virtual responsibilities.
I don't know, right? So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was fantastic. I had an awesome Thanksgiving where I smoked a turkey and it came out amazing. And I got the okay from my family to do it again, especially for my wife next year. So this will now be
that's always important. that call right there is important.
Everybody loved it. I got to go to a Pacers game. I got to go to a Mad Ants game. And more importantly, I saw Michigan beat Ohio State to let my Nittany Lions into the Big Ten championship this weekend here in Indianapolis. I am super excited. My son got to see Santa.
I'm going to assume one thing and one thing only, that our Instagram feed on Saturday will involve you.
Will be nothing but Nittany Lions.
That's what I'm guessing. So
maybe some roasted
I guess
duck.
I'll have to keep my phone alert, just so that I might have to get alerts on my phone, just so that when you start posting, I can just accept really quickly. So,
it's going to be a glorious weekend here in Indianapolis. I am excited for the Big Ten championship. I'm excited that we got in. It was that Ohio State blew it. I mean, and let us open the door wide open for us, and we just fumbled the ball on the first play. And then decided to just destroy Maryland after that. So
correct, yes, that's what happened.
It was a great weekend. My family was here. We had a fantastic weekend. Like I said, my son got to go see Santa, and he told Santa that he wanted spiders for Christmas. He meant to say Spider-Man, but he got nervous and said, "I want spiders for Christmas." And we all went, "No, that's not what he means."
No, not at all.
Had to let Santa know that was not what he meant. So.
Spider-Man is good. Our Thanksgiving was good. It was kind of quiet here. It was. I actually played golf that morning. Snuck out, played a little golf on Thanksgiving Day, and also played Saturday morning. I do want to give a quick shout out. I went took Luke, my youngest, last Wednesday night, and we've got him in some golf clinics.
Nice.
And I'm working on actually getting his instructor, Brian Davis, who played on the PGA Tour. He's won on the European Tour twice. Brian is one of the instructors here, does some junior clinics and some great junior clinics. He's a great instructor, has a great team under him. And so Luke is going there for clinics now. And really excited to get him. And Brian and I talked, and we're trying to line up something maybe in February to get him on the show, also to talk about what he's done with his academy there. So something really cool coming, and being able to talk about what he did on the PGA Tour, and then leading now to what he's doing, teaching kids and making them better. So want to give him a quick shout out for that, and the Brian Davis Golf Academy. It's at Greg. It's at a place you've played there, Stony Brook West Golf Club.
Reopened Stony Brook West Golf Club.
Reopened Stony Brook West Golf Club. Funny, I was at another golf course this weekend that reopened in Claremont National. Played there. Formerly known as Sanctuary Ridge for people who used to live here in Central Florida. We played Claremont National. I was with friend of the show, friend of ours, Red Flag golfer. We were with Red Flag, and
I liked her post the other day about paying for your golf round and your boyfriend not watching.
Right. 902 is great. Sean is great. Sean and Sam are great people. We played with Hayden Hayden, the Orlando golfer, and we got out and had a blast out there playing some golf and just enjoying a day, just having fun, talking about content, talking about different stuff. So shout out to both of them. I was glad they were in town. I was glad we got to meet up and play some golf. So
I'm going to answer this question. Chris, no, I did not spatchcock it. I brined it, seasoned it, and smoked it. That's how it went, and it came out amazing.
And Bradley, just for you.
There you go.
Yep. So
I mean,
let's jump into first round. There's a lot of golf news. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody took advantage of our holiday gift guide last week and some of these Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals.
One of my Black Friday deals. I got my new Desert Fox speaker.
Nice.
Right up there. That is unbelievable. So check out Desert Fox and add a speaker to your already phone caddy. So, all right, let's get into first round. A lot of news out there. A lot of rumors again.
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's go into the LIV rumors first.
Okay.
Because that's the rumor. The other one is an actual statement.
Yeah.
A fact.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts on this? The rumors that Tony Finau and Adam Scott have been tied to going to LIV.
I heard another one today that also Cameron Champ maybe tied going to LIV. I want to start with Cameron Champ because that's an easy one. Cameron lost his card, doesn't have any status on the PGA Tour. Makes a lot of sense at this point. Big hitter, he's like the llama. I don't necessarily agree with it. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Cameron Champ went. The names that we're discussing in Finau, who was rumored last year and then had to come out and say, no, I'm not going. And I heard a report that he's not joining somebody else's team, that he's actually going to be a captain, which means that either he's taking Bubba's spot as the captain on Bubba's team on the Range Goats, which would make some sense.
Okay.
That he is in conversations to be a captain. And I've heard Range Goats rumored a few times with him, so that would make a lot of sense for him to be the captain of the Range Goats if he was going, because I always felt like if Tony Finau is going, and here's the thing, and I'm going to say this about both players, he and Adam Scott. We've had this conversation on this show. I feel like both of them, when you look at the totality of their career, have grossly underachieved.
Yeah. Well, and what I saw is the rumor I saw before they announced Tony Finau and Adam Scott were the names, is that a player came out with a statement saying that they turned down LIV, turned down a lot of money to stay on the PGA Tour, and now they're seeing everything that's going on. And so they thought financially it makes more sense to go over there right now.
Right.
So
now,
of the two, who
the
do
other
you think
question
is the one that probably made that statement?
Who was on lower pecking order for what's it called? The payouts that they were going to get in the pension.
I don't know. Probably Finau.
Right.
But I think it could be Adam Scott who made that, because I think Adam Scott would have been a good original take for them when all of this went down originally.
Right.
And I think that's where that statement most likely came from. I could be wrong, and it could be not one of these two that made that statement. That we could hear somebody else going over there. That's a pretty big name, so you never know. But with all of that, it's making for interesting drama, especially with all the news about what could be happening coming here now that they've gotten rid of Norman and someone new's coming in, and the progress with the merger and all of that is
and the European Tour.
Yeah.
Here's the other question that you have to throw out there. And again, I don't begrudge Adam Scott. I feel like Adam Scott has passed his prime. Although, again, now that and I was trying to find it because I wanted to acknowledge this as well. Adam Scott was set to be on the Boston Golf Club for with Rory and Keegan in TGL. I was trying to figure out where Tony was playing. I don't know what team he was on. I just don't know that when you look at where is, they had all this stuff lined up for them to get paid. Adam Scott probably was going to make a bag on that pension. He's going to make a bag on that TGL stuff. I just feel like, there's a lot of talk, and I know we talked before the show. You didn't watch it today. Tiger's presser today talking about he was talking about the money, and he was saying that he felt that the players for the Ryder Cup should get $5 million, but it needed to all go to charity. And he said, and again, I don't have a problem if they're getting that money and taking it to charity. I have a problem if they're just taking a paycheck. Like, I don't see that that's a good idea.
I think if you want to pay them something like that's there for like their travel and all that stuff, which you do, and some expenses while they're over there, I get that. But these guys make millions of dollars. You don't need to pay. They're the best in the world paying in the Ryder Cup. You should, as Rory says, you play for your country. You don't need to be paid for that one event. It's one event.
And you go back to what, 99? Was it Brookline where they all complained and they wanted to get paid, and they ended up getting them money to their charities through the PGA. I don't have a problem with money going to your charity. I really don't. I actually think it's a really good idea. I have a problem in getting paid and saying we're not doing this unless we're getting paid when you're representing your country. Like, there's more to, these guys make an awful lot of money, every single one of them at that level. And I guarantee there are equipment bonuses and everything else if they make the Ryder Cup. It's kind of like an NBA contract and an NFL contract. They're laden in these deals. So, I don't see where they're going to get paid for being there anyway. I just have a hard time. I agree with Tiger. If you're going to take that money, it needs to go to charity. It doesn't need to go in your pocket.
If you're going to play, there's a million people out there a million golfers that would die to play in the Ryder Cup, and I would play in it for free for my country just to play in the Ryder Cup. So if you're playing for money,
can I caddy for you in that? Because I want to see you get to like 17 and watch your sphincter pucker. I'm just saying.
No, I want to. You caddy for me, and then it'll be that like Cinderella story.
Francis Lee Matt, here we go.
I was going more the Carl Spackler route. Nobody from here at Augusta about to be the Masters champion.
The other big news, by the way, I do want to, before we get out of golf news talk, and I am going to botch her name. I'm going to pull a Dave here right now. I'm just warning everybody. Molly Marcos Saman, who is the commissioner of the LPGA Tour. Did I? Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it right there.
They announced today that she is resigning from her position as commissioner. We said this a few weeks ago that needed to happen after the debacle with the parking incident at the Solheim Cup. And it needed to happen. Somebody had to be held accountable, and it falls on her at that point because that was her. Greg, I'm going to throw this out there. Besides us as replacing her for the betterment of the game, who you got as replacing her?
I think Craig from Towel Tag would be an interesting.
I think Craig would be great. I think everybody would.
Everyone would love that, but we'll have him on here in a few minutes. But I will go. I really wanted to see his reaction in the green room. But I will say, I think Annika is a really a softball. Like, you got to knock that one out of the park right there. She's done so much for the game. I don't know if she wants to do this, have this much responsibility, but I think she could help grow the LPGA Tour. And I think
here's a question I'm going to throw out.
Let me finish this real quick.
Okay.
I think that this is a great time with this transition to a new leadership to help this tour grow and grow with the PGA and everything that could happen in the next few years. So what question did you want to throw out there?
There's a certain player on the LPGA Tour who's retiring at the end of this year.
There is. I think that she could be a high-ranking official on the LPGA right now.
I
don't think
Lexi Thompson. For those of you that don't know who we're talking about, it's Lexi Thompson.
Lexi is, I think, great. Lexi, I think, with Annika, could do great things. I think the two of them together could make an amazing duo.
I'm confused right now.
I'm very confused right now, but we're going to bring him in just for the heck of it. So, look who's here. Is it just a still shot? I really hope this is just a still shot and he's just stuck in.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
He's Iowa.
This is amazing. We're bringing him in, and it says AI generated, so it's. We'll just leave him like that. All right, we'll take him off first. So we'll come back to him when we see him. See him moving again.
He may have to reboot.
Is he ready? Is he ready? Nope, still like that. Okay.
No, still frozen.
Well,
let's jump into happy hour,
folks. Of who you think should replace as LPGA commissioner? Leave them in the comments. Let us know.
Yep.
We'll talk more about this in the coming weeks. So, but with that, let's get into one of our favorite guests here on the show.
Really quickly, this has to go up there.
Brought to you by Netflix. No, actually, Dave works a little bit better than Netflix, so. I know you're not frozen now. Your eyes are moving.
Yeah.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Good
to be back.
I'm confused right now. Like, I'm really confused.
Our catering got done early.
Nice. I will tell you, Dave, I sent the questions out without you because we figured you were working tonight. So you can be the comedic.
That's all right. I'm here for the beer or bourbon. Or to make fun of you.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
All right. With that being said, he's been waiting in the green room. He's one of our best guests on the show, a friend of the Tavern.
Repeat guest.
Let's bring the
one of the funniest. I'm worried about this show going long by bringing him in. I'm just warning everybody.
The man, the myth, the legend, the Canadian, Craig.
Boom! Wow!
Oh,
what an introduction!
I like that shirt.
Yeah. Oh,
very slim.
Man, that is nice.
That is nice.
Thank you.
Who's that? Is that somebody actually hanging out working in the background there?
Here?
No, that's a poster, Steve.
That's our
just making sure.
Tour ambassador Kirk Wallach, and
I 100%
he's always over my shoulder.
Oh, it's Kurt? Okay, yeah.
So it's all good.
I think Steve asked the same question last time you were on, because there was another poster in the background, and he's like, "Is that someone working?" He's really
no one working tonight except for me and you three guys.
Is the
We're not really working.
I want to know.
What's that?
Is the office dog there?
No, Jovi's not here. He took the night off.
Wow.
I just elected to send him home early, and just the four of us can get along and without any barking or distractions. So we're all good.
I'm a distraction, Craig.
Nice.
You are a distraction tonight. I didn't expect to see you.
Nobody does.
He's like the Spanish
Inquisition miracle.
No one ever expects him.
It's when he's at his best. So, Craig, let's get this started because this could go off the rails really quickly. And I half expect it
hasn't already.
Right.
Dave's
welcome
here.
back.
Thank you.
What's going on? How are things at Talatag?
Really good. We believe it or not, you can't see through the front windows, but we've got about 3 feet of snow out there. It started snowing on Friday, and that looks great, Greg. And it didn't stop until this afternoon sometime. So everything's somewhat back to normal, but we never stop here. We've got a new collaboration that I'd like to talk to you guys about tonight. And First of all, I want to thank you for the shout out last week during the show. You guys are phenomenal at what you do, but when you give us, the accolades that you did last week, I pinch myself, and I appreciate the friendship most of all. Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
what you do, Craig. So for our new viewers out there, aka Dave, can you remind our veterans of the show and our new people to the show what you guys are doing at Towel Tag?
So right now we've just launched a collaboration with if this is the time for it, a collaboration with two very esteemed, in Canada at least, very well-established coaches and instructors in the game of golf. They've been with Team Canada for 15 to 20 years. And it just goes to show at trade shows, some of the best interactions or the best people you meet are in the last couple hours. And Derek Ingram was walking down the path there, and there wasn't many people around. He introduced himself and saw what we do at Towel Tag, and he says, I'm going to follow up with you. Well, 48 hours later, I got an email from him saying we've got a concept for a towel that we'd like to present, and wondering if we could work together. And it's been nonstop for the last 6 weeks, and we finally launched the product over the weekend, and I'm very happy with it. I know my ball positioning is much better because of it, and that's where we're at right now.
I saw the video this weekend that came out. I believe it was Saturday that it come out. Did that come out?
Yeah.
You guys posted on your site Saturday. It was a really good video. Was that Derek who did that video?
Derek, and, yeah.
Yep. And
Derek
so,
and Tristan are the two collaborators on this project.
I'm going to ask, do you have any of the towels there? Can you show what they look like?
Yeah. So they came to me with an idea for an instructional towel, basically on the fundamentals of golf. So I'm going to make a quick joke. I used to have an alignment rod, and I've now put it in its proper place, and that's in the snowbank to identify where our driveway is and where the lawn is. But having said that, I no longer carry that in my bag. So what it is basically, I'll stand up and I'll show you. The trainer's towel is basically shows you your lead foot, which is at the bottom, both left and right-handed. But the beauty of it is that it can be folded over to allow you to identify your ball alignment, for example, fold it over the other way and allow you to see your swing path. There we go. That's probably a better way of doing it. Both left and right-handed, different arcs on either side. So it allows you to do many different things with the trainer's towel. And that's the long towel. And as we talk at Towel Tag, everyone should carry two towels, one for their personal use, one for their equipment. They have one for the putting green, and they have one for the long game. So this is the putting towel. So you'll see that there's an arc on both sides, an 8-degree arc and a 14-degree arc. And then you've got basically different approaches to the game of golf. Your 12-footers, your 6-footers, and all those are basically to create visualizations within the game, and their instructional, it's supported by their instructional back end that if you buy one of the items, you have free access. And then our rollover putting discs, which we've reestablished with them, and they've come out with 4 different designs. Actually 5, there we go, 6, 7. And that visualizes.
Find me one of the airport road.
The hole on you, and it makes it visible. And then
I knew I had one here.
There we go.
Hey, Craig, I'm gonna jump in here for a second because it's all a mystery when I jump in. Those because we are golfing dads, and I said the same thing in my.
I'm gonna find one before Dave does.
Oh, yep, there you go. Thank you. Uncle Greg found one. Being we are the golfing dads and we have kids that golf, can are these towels designed for adults, or can like Will use one out there on the course?
You know what? It's a great question, Dave, and welcome to the party. It's been created by the best of the best in terms of coaching and instruction here in Canada. They also have a following on the PGA and LIV Tour. But having said that, this is for all walks of life. So Tristan actually sent me a bunch of pictures last week where he had a couple people in and his son, who's 9 years old, and said, I want you to set up the ball just back of your lead foot. And he was able to set it up perfectly. So it can be easily used at the range, indoors, outdoors, and basically whatever you're working on, whatever part of your game you're working on, it can be folded and manipulated to enhance that feel or that look that you're looking to accomplish. I would say for youth, it's an absolute no-brainer. I had a problem all year coming back to the game of golf and playing as much as I did with ball position, and I struggled with it. I've been working indoors with this new training towel, and it's dramatically improved my ball position, identifying where it should be, and hopefully come January, you guys will see the fruits of my labor.
Oh, nice.
Man, I can't wait for January. I'm going to ask you this question really quickly. I know it's a little off topic here. With the 3 feet of snow that you have, and for those of you that don't know, Craig is like Canada, but he's like North Pole Canada. He's not like Toronto where he's like on the American border. He's like North Pole Canada. So, Craig, you won't thaw out until like what, June now at this point after 3 feet of snow?
Yeah, something like that. That's why I got to come to Orlando in January.
And we've already had snow in Indiana, so we've had snow over. Yep, I got a dusting out there right now that from yesterday, and I know Dave's had it in Iowa. So,
yep, I had to turn my driveway on after getting off a cruise ship.
What I'd like to do this morning. What I would like to do, we didn't get a chance to do this before the show, but I'd like to send out the entire bundle out to each one of you guys. Put it through the ringer, get a feel for it. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, there's some basic fundamentals that are derived from it, but it can, help any individual that's either new to the game or a low handicapper, even a professional golfer. I saw a clip from Florida that Tristan was down working with a LIV golfer on the weekend, and he thought the product was absolutely phenomenal. And it's the little things for those types of golfers that make a dramatic difference. You can only imagine what it does for the high handicappers and the ones that are.
I'm just going to say this, Mike. We're going to get video of you, and your golf swing's not going to improve, but we're still going to get video of you using this.
Yeah, my golf swing has a chance to improve before yours, and that's coming from me.
We're going to get Dave down to a single-digit handicap. Like Steve and I, that's what our goal is now. That's the new goal that's happening.
That accelerated really quickly.
It did. But I think we can do it. Maybe we'll get Will to a single digit handicap.
Is that like bowling? The more I drink, the more pins I see, the higher my score is.
All right, never mind about that challenge. Never mind. Sorry, Craig. Steve and I will use the towel, and we know it'll help our game. So. Craig, can you talk a little bit about like what Tour Habits, who they are, and what Tour Habits is, who you worked with?
Yeah, so Tristan and Derek are well known in Canada, but they also have a following on the PGA Tour. So without going too much into their instructional students or students of the game. They are very well known in the PGA Tour and the LIV Tour in terms of the people they work with. Corey Connors, if I could drop his name, is one of Derek's pupils or students or Canadian professionals, whatever you want to call them. He wears many different hats up here. But we're going to see where we go with this. We like the fact that it's a towel, goes with the game of golf. It's an instructional towel, and perfectly for us, it hangs on the outside of your golf bag. So you don't have to keep filling those pockets with various different instructional items and filling your bag with every trinket out there guaranteed to make results. This is something that in a very short period of time, I believe in. I was, instrumental in terms of design and making sure that the lines line up on both sides when it's folded, all those, finer details that we take pride in at Towel Tag. They're the smart ones. I'm just the guy who lays down towels on a press and comes out with a different color on the other side.
They come out beautifully. I'm just telling you.
I'm going to say this. You lay down the best towels and come out with the best towels in the industry.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm going to say that. Craig, we want to go and talk about, obviously, you coming down here in January for the PGA show. But as we start this, will the guys from Tour Habits be with you? Because I'm already thinking about being at your booth and doing some content with them while we're there.
You know what? I'd love for you guys to meet them. The goal is right now for Derek, I think, is going to be down in that area, for him to be there for sure. Hopefully Tristan as well. We are talking very preliminary right now about possibly being at the demo day on Monday, which would be a perfect way to display their products. And then our booth this year is going to be in the inventor section. So it's a 5x10 booth, a little smaller, but there's a couple things. We're working with them, Tour Habits, on that one piece, but there's some other things that we're going to be really probing for information and seeing if there's a market for a couple other things that we've come up with in the last year.
Well, Craig, we loved your location last year. It was a perfect meeting point for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was. And you had some really cool golf bags last year. I've got to say, those golf bags you had there were sweet.
Yeah.
And we never followed up on that, I don't think.
No, we will talk about that later.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Dave still needs a new golf bag.
Dave needs a new golf bag every year for someone.
Craig, you need to understand the running joke. Dave plays the least amount of golf out of all of us, but somehow breaks more golf bags than anyone ever should.
Than anyone have ever seen.
I think there's a correlation to there. Just bags or clubs included?
Just the bag. Just the bag.
Okay.
Dave has a pickup truck that he puts his golf clubs in the back of, and these two drive real vehicles.
Yeah, there you go.
So
I work.
Like I said, we loved running into you at the show last year. How many years have you been at the show now?
So last year, the year before last, we were supposed to be there. Something happened, and we just couldn't make it. But we were at the show last year. We're going to be again at the show this year. My firm belief is that whatever show you go to, you can't go one and be done. You have to go back and then make sure that those contacts that you developed to the first year transition over to the second year, and you move from that. I think it's a lot of money, but a lot of people go to these shows. They go there, they're done, and people that they made contacts with may be looking for them, and they've just disappeared. That just tells you a story about where the life cycle is in their business. So we're back. We're in a smaller booth, which is, I think, strategically going to give us a shot at do something a little differently and maybe expand our reach outside our booth.
Nice.
That makes a lot of sense. The inventor section is a great section there. We're excited. We always like going over the inventor section, only because there's some really cool stuff that happens in that area.
Yeah.
That and the new product zone at the show are areas that day one when we get on the show floor we want to go over to because we want to see what's new. You can't miss those areas. Going in there this year, having been in what you were in a 10x10 last year, is what you were in, and going to a little smaller footprint. What do you look forward to in having that smaller footprint and being in that area where people are literally coming to see what people have done?
So last year we basically set up camp and allowed people to come to us. One of our newer products, the towel lock, is a piece that can be attached to any golf cart and will allow you to access your towel out front and center. It'll be perfect for layered clothing on those on those days where it starts out raining. You've got your rain gear off and you take it off. Do you throw it in the back of your basket or do you hang it? Our belief is that you can hang it and it'll dry while you're riding your golf cart, and it's not going to come off until you want it to come off. So these are things that we're going to basically explore and expand and try to extend our reach outside that 5 by 10 booth. Having said that, we're anxious to see the people that we met last year. We're anxious to establish more relationships. What we're doing with Tristan and Derek is a sign that, are there other collaborations out there that we can work with? We have just scratched the surface of, entering this golf market. There's a pickleball market that people keep asking about. Disc golf is another market that people keep asking about. So we're going to basically go and explore and maybe take a step back and say, okay, this is maybe pretend it's our first year and see what comes out of it. Last year was a great experience, but I know we can improve upon a lot from what we've learned last year.
I know you talk about the pickleball market. We had Greg Scott from the PGA Show come on from Reed Expo, and they have over 50 pickleball exhibitors that are going to be there this year, which is huge. Like that market is growing so fast, and it's an exciting market to be a part of. So I know that based on the things that you've done in the past, you are coming up with something that will help the pickleball market as well. Yeah, and we're excited. This office does a lot of things. The back office or the production facility does a lot too, but there's a lot of synergies what we do, a lot of overlap in terms of design, but some of these other markets, whether it be disc golf or pickleball, really stretches the pendulum in terms of what's acceptable in design. Disc golf is off the charts in terms of the imagination and creativity and what it allows our design team to come up with and what's acceptable. So that's what we've been doing.
That's awesome. So we've been asking this question to everyone that's been on in this series about preparing for the PGA Show. And what's the one thing that you hope to gain or benefit from at being at the show? Or what's one goal that you have when you get there to accomplish at the show?
Exposure. Being a Canadian brand, we're still very new. A lot of people hear about us or stumble into us by chance. They go, that's a great product. Why didn't I think of that? And I'm at this show this spring, and this person comes up to me, just an anecdotal story, and says, what's this? And I said, it's towel tag. It said it's a functional bag tag, allows you to trap your towel. You'll never lose your towel again, but you'll always have access to it. He goes, that's as smart as trees from Sault Ste. Marie. I go, what? He goes, yeah, smart as trees from Sault Ste. Marie. He goes, that's from a Tragically Hip song that the lyrics talked about Sault Ste. Marie, and he was trying to give me a compliment. I know you guys don't get it, but Tragically Hip was a legendary band here in Canada, or is still.
Craig, when you say things like that, I have this one here for me. I'm getting ready for January coming down. We have a new guy coming on for the Cup this year. He's the son of one of the players as well too. He's like, do I get one of those towels? I said, no, that was last year's gift. He said, you kind of gotta wait and earn your stripes for that one. So, just within what. Here in my small little area of Iowa, when I'm carrying those around, people are saying that all the time. And I've already been asked, what the towels are, coming down this year. But I think we're going to have to, redo some things. And that may be next year's project for the Hawkeye Cup.
100%. You know what? You can always, if you want to dip into our new collaboration, there's always a way you can do the putting towel or the training towel as an option. And, a gift that keeps on giving.
Hey, if we have those, I will most certainly have those with me for everybody to check out.
Yep.
On my golf adventure in January.
You got it. 100%.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, Craig, how you say that nobody knows who you are you were designing towels, and I'm assuming you're going to have some of them there. You've got Kurt hanging over your shoulder, watching you over there on the PGA Tour, carrying your towels. You've got one team on the LIV Tour at least carrying your towels?
Yeah, so Kurt's right now cutting his teeth overseas, and he's at a tournament with a new guy, and this could be really, really neat for us. I'm not going to, spill the beans. Kurt's a pretty tight-lipped guy, and I support everything he does, but we sent him off with some towels already, and the early word is that they didn't know where they came from. They were shocked, and we'll see what materializes. But we were getting a lot more traction, especially our influence or our attachment to the LIV Tour. A lot of people asking, can I buy those? So we're doing whatever we can behind the scenes to see if we can make them more available, because some of the designs have been really, really good. Some of the best work we've done up until this collaboration.
Are you doing a custom one for the? Are you doing a custom one for the Over the House challenge?
We're doing one for each day, so there's 16 of them available at a limited time offering.
So, Craig, I gotta tell you, every time like that, this is on my bag, which is all the time. If I'm playing my golf league or I'm just out playing a random round, this is the first thing people notice and ask me about. Oh, it is. It's 100%. They ask me about, oh, hey, where'd you get that? Where is it? And I tell them, I send them to your site. So it's just that eye-catching thing that I think is great. And like you said, it's something to hold the towel and be there. And now you have a whole training system that's there. So you don't have to, like you said, carry all this stuff around. I have this towel that I can unfold and utilize, and has that great visualization. So that's
good
just
comment,
keep up the
Craig.
good work, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Craig, I'm just going to ask on when, if you're at demo day, text me if you guys decide to end up being at demo day, because Greg and I will come over and film some content, maybe hitting some golf balls with the mats, with the towels. And then I definitely want to make sure that we get over to see you on Wednesday and film some content with you also on Wednesday 100%. At the show floor.
Absolutely.
I'll be waving from over there.
So definitely want to make that happen. Craig, last year being there kind of new to the show, before we let you go, I do want to ask this one question before we let you go. Last year being new, this year going into the Inventor Zone, what advice could you give to somebody that's debating on whether or not they should come to the show and the benefits of you being at the show? And obviously it's not an easy trip. It's not like me waking up on the other side of Orlando and driving across town to being there. It's a production to get you down to the show. What advice do you give somebody as to why they should be at the show?
Oh, so you're talking as an exhibitor, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, that's an exhibitor.
I think you have to plan your entire year around it, because not just the fact that it's in January, but you know what, especially as a small entrepreneur, if you're starting out and you've got an idea, concept, there's a lot of money that's getting drained in prototypes and trademarks and all that sort of stuff before you even get to the start line. But having said that, is you can come up with the greatest most trap in the world, but if you can't sell it, it's no good to anyone. My suggestion is give yourself a budget. And I know it's not cheap and it can be expensive at times, but there's ways to cut, but there's ways not to cut. And there's areas where you should be cutting where no one's going to notice. And there's areas where, you know what, it's going to be significant and it's going to attach that to your brand for infancy. So I think you got to risk it. I think any entrepreneur, anyone who's starting out has a set. And I think, going to Orlando is showing that set off. And I think, you know what, everyone wants to be at the big show. Everyone wants to be at the Super Bowl. Everyone wants to be at the Ryder Cup. You only can make those decisions. It was well worth us going there. You can't evaluate return on investment in dollars and cents. You know what, our relationship has only gotten better over the years, but those relationships that you develop in Orlando over a handshake, over a drink, over a meal, what have you, you know what, they carry forward. And it's those relationships that grow and grow and grow. And that's why you can't be one and done in Orlando.
Oh, it's 100% true, Craig.
No, it makes sense.
I always say it's fun when we get to run into you out there. It's like running into a friend from college that you haven't seen in a few years, and you just pick up where you left off. So
I agree.
That's what I look forward to at the show every year. So, well, Craig, thank you so much for coming on tonight. This has been
Hey,
fantastic.
if somebody's looking for the towels, where can they find you, Craig?
Okay, probably the best way on Instagram is at Towel Tag, but email us or go to our site, toweltag.com. But if you want to email us, info@toweltag.com. If you're looking for a guy's trip like Dave was talking about, if you host a member guest, you know what? Reach out to us. We do a lot of creative stuff and we love what we do. Yeah, we do work for some professional players, but what we really like doing is doing good things for good people. And that's the bulk of our work.
That's fantastic,
Awesome.
Craig.
Thank you, Craig. And one last thing, Craig. Let's go Bruins.
Let's go Devils.
Ooh.
Oof. Dave, you got to fill in the void.
Dave drinks bourbon.
Dave's not usually a hockey fan, so
Dave's not a hockey fan, so
Dave watches hockey for hockey. I really don't care.
I was a hockey goalie, so that's what.
But Dave, down at we do have a rep in your neck of the woods, so don't be surprised if you see more and more towel tags out your way.
Well, you send the rep my way, and he and I will sit down and drink some wine. I'll cook him a home-cooked dinner.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, thank you again, Craig. Cheers.
Thanks, Craig.
Happy
Craig,
holidays,
thank you,
guys.
Craig.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
holidays.
Cheers.
See you in a
We'll see you
month.
soon.
Thanks, brother. See you.
Always fun to have that man on
it's
the show.
always a good time having him on.
But seriously, folks, if you are looking for a custom towel and the best in the game, customize the tag, customize this. Like we have ours. Dave has his from Airport Road. They have even just regular ones. They have hockey ones. They have you name it. If you have a league that you're in and you have a team and you have a team logo, put that on a towel tag and get that for everyone on your golf team. It is a great towel. So cheers.
And
again.
golf towels are like putters. You can never have too many.
That's true.
That is true.
So
That is true.
all right. With that, I think it's this time, Steve.
Smack of the week.
Boom.
Boom. I decided that with all of the weather we've had across the nation, that we should have a weather-related smack of the week. So here is weather-related smack of the week.
I can't tell if it actually went in. Like he could have just swung a
Can't
club.
either, but I'm just gonna say he sold it well.
I think the heavy stuff's coming down for quite some time.
Quite some time.
Like, it's pretty impressive though. So
yeah,
all right,
pretty impressive.
we got some fun news here in last call. Let's get right
We
into
do
it.
have some fun news in last call.
Sorry, I want to do this because it's really fun. He made it.
He did. Update, by the way.
But you made the graphic.
I made the graphic, and the next day he makes the shot.
So it's all your fault.
It is.
Yeah. Announcer Jenks. The Orlando golfer says that during the next hurricane, we're going to go and film that smack of the week. He and I.
And that's the last time we saw the Orlando golfer and Steve on the Golfing Dad staff.
Right.
One of those two things people are upset about.
We'll miss the Orlando golfer.
So I get up this morning and I open my email, open my Golfing Dad's email, and there's an email from our friends about Bridgestone introducing. I'm just gonna put it up. We're just gonna go to this.
Yeah.
They're bringing him back, folks.
Bam.
Yes.
Bam and bam. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, how good does that blade look? So Bridgestone is
It's a nice
introducing
looking
premium
iron.
forged irons and wedges. I don't have a picture of the wedges here, unfortunately. Sorry. You guys can help me later for that. So this is the 220 MB. This is their muscleback iron, a traditional tour groove design for consistent spin. And it looks unbelievable in these pictures. We're going to go to the next one here, slide number 2. The 221 CBs, a player's cavity back iron, forged. I look at this iron and I'm like, ooh, forged, cavity back, and that thin bottom line looks like it has a ton of workability and forgiveness all in one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hayden.
We're just going to go ahead and put that up there. Well,
True story.
Hayden, we're going to go to the 222 plus irons, which are these, which are the more forgiving of the irons. And it's more of a, the most
Lighter
forgiving of the 3 heads, features a dual pocket cavity design throughout the set, lowers the center of gravity for easier launch, added forgiveness and higher trajectory shots. A slightly thicker area in the center of the club head helps dampen vibrations for improved feel at impact. So, Dave, there's your irons.
So that won't go into the woods as far as the other ones.
Actually, you might hit it further because of the cavity back and bigger head. So
yeah,
I can't.
Exactly. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
So
100% true.
Hayden, I am here for everybody's enjoyment.
I mean, they look good, but they look more like they're going to perform, and with that forged feel is going to be. I think they're going to make some people think about getting new irons out there. I mean, I already am.
I think everybody's waiting for Steve to get his hands on some to try him out.
Oh, I need to get my hands on those. I want the combo set of the CBs and the MBs, like in the lower irons.
I'll take the CBs through the bag, and I'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think those are going to be fun to hit.
Yeah, I'm probably a plus guy, both for irons and
in more ways than one. In more ways than one.
Put that.
I'm a plus guy. That should be my new towel tag. I'm a plus guy.
Big and tall. I'm a plus guy. There you go.
I'm a plus guy. That's my new towel. That's my new towel tag slogan.
There you go. With that, folks,
and my handicap.
Thank you for watching. Thank you to Craig. Thank you to Bridgestone for bringing out these irons. And if you have a say in it, put our names out there for LPGA co-commissioners. We think that would be
that would be a great idea.
Annika and Lexi might do a better job, but we'd be more fun.
Hey, speaking of new irons, Will's been down here. He did a little artwork tonight. He thinks I'm going to get a hole in one, and Steve's going to go in the water.
All right, we have a prediction for the next time we're playing, so I like that. Way to go, Will. Great prediction. Hey, with that, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Have a good night.
I'm really fortunate, man. I mean, having the opportunity to build something that's
viral on our TikTok. That somebody was commenting about playing Whistling Straits on 700